Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Miki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out some KVD Vegan Beauty complexion products. By complexion products, I don't have any eye products whatsoever except the KVD Vegan Beauty tattoo liner, which I have already reviewed, but I'm going to be re-reviewing it today or trying it out once again. Now, if you guys are new here or you enjoy my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you know when I upload my videos, and my disclaimer, if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is definitely not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of this mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. Now, if you're interested in some KVD Vegan Beauty complexion products plus the tattoo liner once again, then just stay tuned. So much shit to do today. I am really not looking forward to running all these errands. As you can see, I have a little bit of makeup on already. I actually have some eyeshadow, mascara, and just eyeliner and a little bit of concealer because I didn't get any concealer. I think the only concealer they have right now is the Lock-It concealer. That thing I've heard is very, very matte and your girl's dry. I don't mind being matte, but I like to make myself matte, if that makes sense. I like to have control of the powder instead of just getting something that I know is going to be a matte finish. I've already primed my face with the Smashbox Primerizer. This is my go-to. So now we're gonna get into the complexion products. I didn't really want to buy any eye products. I think the only thing that really caught my eye was the mascara. I have like 15 to 20 mascaras right now that I'm just trying to get through, so I didn't want to buy anything more, and I have so much eyeshadow at this point that I don't want to buy another eyeshadow palette. Like, I'm not really interested in KVD eyeshadow or really any eye products except maybe their new like eyeshadow sticks that they came out with. That's probably the only thing that I've been like eyeballing. Other than that, I only have complexion products here because I've always been very curious about their complexion products. First, let's start off with foundation. Now, I am dry skin. You guys should know this. I have a lot of texture and I have quite a bit of acne. I actually was having like a weird moment this morning where I was like, oh, my jaw kind of hurts. Like maybe I have my first cavity. And then I realized that I have a new face terrorist on this mug and that thing is like, it's warm, it's inflamed, it's fucking angry, and it just hurts, and we need some coverage up in this bitch. So first we're going to start with the foundation. This is the True Portrait Medium Coverage Shake Foundation. I have no idea why it's called the Shake Foundation. It is a liquid to powder foundation. I got this in the shade Light 004, which I believe is the second lightest shade. This has 1 fluid ounce and it retails for $37. This guy right here, $37. I cannot get over this beautiful ass packaging. I am in love with anything like gothic or filigree. Like this has really pretty filigree on the outside here. I've never seen a foundation like this. Look at this. Okay, so it's like in a weird squeeze tube. I don't think there's a ball in here. I'm not really hearing anything. Oh, I think that's the ball. Am I hearing it? Yep, there it is. Okay, so there's the ball. This foundation has been sitting here for a while in my room now, so that's probably why it just needed a real good shake. Now let's get a little bit more into this foundation. True Portrait is a lightweight, medium coverage foundation in 40 vegan shades that won't clog pores. Its innovative liquid to powder foundation formula features exclusive elastic essence effect, a blend of powders with a flexible elastic core to help prevent cracking and cake. This sounds so like intense. It says with a large surface area, these hybrid powders act like a sponge to help absorb excess oil without creating a flashback effects. Long lasting yet with an incredible weightless feel, this KVD Vegan Beauty foundation sets to a beautiful long wear, airy matte finish. I did not think that this was going to be another matte foundation because I'm pretty sure the Lock-It foundation is extremely matte. And so I was hoping this is going to be more of a hydrating foundation, but yeah, girl, wrong. So the fact that it's this airy matte finish, I'm already just like, I'm already dreading putting this foundation on my face. Now it says ideal for normal to oily skin types. Yeah, bitch is hella dry, so I really don't know how this is gonna work. Now it says it helps control shine so you can create the ideal canvas for any look every day. I don't really know how I feel about this applicator. I feel like I may put too much, so we're gonna start off with just a little bit. So this outer part that's white is very hard, but the part where you can actually see the foundation is like squishy plastic. I'm gonna go in with the Lock-It foundation brush. This, you guys, retails for $34 fucking dollars. colors. I'm gonna go in this side with this brush, and then I'll go on in this side, probably maybe with a sponge. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right on. Holy crap. Okay, so I like did one little dab and I was not expecting it to just spread and spread. This one almost feels like it's like invisible. Like I don't feel like I'm putting anything on my face. All I feel is just the brush. Like it's so strange. I am really surprised at how this feels. Like, did I even put foundation on? Who knows? For this shade match, I feel like maybe a little white. I think I could have gone maybe one shade up. I don't know, because then again it gets like really beige, and yeah, your girl is like porcelain. It's not really covering too much of my redness and all that, so I can't really say this is medium coverage. This is kind of going on low coverage right now, because you can just, oh man, look at my face. It's just all there. I'd say that this right now is low coverage, but I've only put on one little dab. Like that's it. That did almost the entire half of my face. So this foundation is one of those that is a little goes a long way type of product, which I'm not mad about. Now this brush, you guys, it is so fucking soft on the skin. I love this. I actually think that I'm just gonna apply this foundation with the brush all over, because I feel like that's just going to give me more coverage. I really like this brush though, just because the cut of it, you can see that it's not just like a flat top kabuki like the one that I always use. It has edges here, and then it kind of tapers at the top, which I really like, because then I can super duper get into like the nook and crannies of my nose, which is where I always have trouble, because that's where your bitch get cakey. So I really enjoy this brush so far. Ooh, I've noticed that once you put this foundation down, you kind of have to work a little quickly to blend it out. For a matte foundation, it's not like picking up any of my dryness. Now, I don't know if it's because I exfoliated the shit out of my skin today. I was not expecting matte finish at all. And so for this to not cling to any of my dryness right now, I'm legitimately shocked, because every single foundation that has the word matte in it, and I've tried, always picks up some kind of dryness. Now, I may be speaking too soon because I haven't gotten around my nose yet, which is one of the drier areas, and on my forehead. So we shall see about that. Now, I'm trying to kind of add another layer on top of what I previously put on the lower half of this side. And it's not wanting to blend together. It's like adding a coverage on top, but not blending with the bottom layer. So it's kind of sitting weirdly on my skin. Oh my God, it's so strange, you guys. Like as soon as I put it on my forehead, it's there, but I don't feel anything. Like I really don't feel it. This is caked on right there, and I barely feel it on my face. Okay, so for the forehead, we is not looking cute at all. It has picked up a lot of my texture, a lot of the dryness. Of course, I'm gonna scoot in once I get this all blended out, but holy crapola, that is, ooh, that's not really a cute look. Why am I looking like so fucking ghostly all of a sudden? I don't know why foundations do this, but they like look this kind of color like in the bottle, and then when I put it on, it's just so fucking white. I don't know why, but this one little area just will not blend. Like, do you see that patch right there? I don't know what's going on. Like, this foundation looks good, but it doesn't look good in some places. I'm just like a little weirded out by that. I was able to get like high coverage, a little bit of medium high coverage on that little skin terrorist right there, because it's not as noticeable and it's not as, you know, red as it was before. So I feel like this is definitely a good medium coverage foundation. They advertise this as a medium foundation and it looks like a medium coverage foundation. Holy sunlight. The sun is peeking through, y'all. So let me scoot in so you guys can see what is going on this face, because we got a little bit of weirdness going on here. This is like my trouble area here is around the mouth, and I have a lot of texture. As you can see, it's not as dry as it usually is, but I have a lot of texture here on the sides of my mouth. You can see there's a little bit of dryness here that it's clinging to, And it's really weird. As more time goes by, the more my dryness is like protruding from the foundation, which is really weird. I don't know if it's because it's setting, so it's like slowly sucking out the moisture that's in my skin. Now around the nose, it actually doesn't look too bad, but I'm already do you guys see that? I'm already creasing underneath the nose, and that's really, really fast. Like, normally I don't start creasing till like at least an hour later. That's hella dry. It is hella patchy on that side. This side looks great. This side, on the other hand, we got some moisturizing we need to do. Look at that. That is some grody ass shit right there. Now, in my forehead, you can see my one crease is very prominent. It's like way in your face. Yeah, I don't know. It's like really settling into the lines. I have some dry patches here on my forehead. Surprisingly enough, it's not all dry and flaky above my eyebrows, which is another one of my like problem areas. Parts of this foundation look great. Parts of it look a hot fucking mess. I don't know how I feel about it. It is so matte. Like, I don't see any kind of glimmering, shimmering, shining dewiness to my face. So I am not going to set this at all. Like, I already look like fucking Casper. I'm not trying to add more powder to my face. And the sun is not helping with the contrast here, so I'm looking more like see-through by the minute, especially because my curtains are super white. We're just gonna have to see what happens here. Now, I may set around this area because I am gonna be putting on some powder, but we are gonna wait because first I want to go and do the brows. Normally I do my brows and then I set my makeup, because if I have to touch up my brows, I don't like having powder on top of my foundation, if that makes sense, because I like to carve my brows with my foundation. So I have two brow products. I have the Brow Struck Dimension Powder in dark brown. This actually retails for $21. It's on sale right now for $8. You guys, look at the packaging. It is just so fucking beautiful. I love it. I love just the filigree like details on here. I just love it so, so much. The other brow product I have is the Signature Brow. This retails for $22, and this is also in the shade dark brown. I like both pencil and powder. I prefer to wear powder brows on the days where I'm just like, I need to get out the fucking door. Like, I need to just go grocery shopping real quick and we be right back. But I do always fill my brows no matter what. I cannot leave the house, you guys, without brows, because I mean, look at this. It's so sparse and I have so many bald patches that I just don't ever feel comfortable leaving the house without some kind of brows. So let me go ahead and apply. Oh, that is really different. So this brow product is not a circle pen. It's kind of like an oval. Look at that. It's not round like a normal brow pencil. It's kind of got this like oval shape to it, kind of like an egg. Anyways, shut the pie hole and we're just gonna do the brows. So I did the brows and I'm a little like weirded out by the brow powder. So I really, really like the Signature Brow Precision Pencil. This is great. It just takes a while to really get it warmed up. And if you want darker brows, like I like darker brows towards the end and it kind of gradually gets lighter towards the middle of my brows. But this is just, it just takes a lot of work to get it warmed up and really pigmented on the ends. So I decided to add some powder just to kind of darken the ends. As soon as I opened the powder, I noticed there was like a shimmer to the powder, and then I swatched it and this powder is shimmer. I don't understand it. Here is the swatch of the brow product and it looks like a metallic eyeshadow. I have no idea why this is shimmer. I do like that it's very cool tone, the powder, but why is it shimmering shiny? Like, I've never heard of that in a brow powder before. Now, I'm a little unsure if I want to set this with the loose powder or with my Shade and Light palette here. This is the next guy that I'm going to be using. This has been around for a while now. I absolutely love this. Okay, this is one of the first and only products that I have owned from KVD when it was Kat Von D. These are the perfect pale princess shades ever. I love these two shades here. I use this for eyeshadow so you can see it doesn't get too much use. I love this one for bronzer and I love this one for contour. So we have the shade Shadow Play here and Somber. Now I did try to use this powder every now and again to kind of like help set my face, set my under eyes, but it's just such a thick powder. Like, look at that. It's so freaking pigmented that I'm not really sure I feel comfortable setting my face with this. So maybe I'll do half with the loose powder, half with the this shade down here, the lightest shade, which is Lucid. This palette, I'm not sure if they changed the price or whatnot because it's been so long. I don't remember how much this was. I actually got this at TJ Maxx, you guys, so I didn't pay full price. But if you do want to get this right now, it's $49.50, but it does come with all the insides, and apparently now you can change these out. I think it's now a like plastic type of palette, and these are all magnetic. So I have my BH Cosmetics powder brush here, and I think I'm just going to take a little bit of Lucid. I may just mix the two. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna mix the two, and it is just so powdery. Like, look at that. Do you guys see all that powder? I just don't feel like this is gonna be a good setting powder, you know what I'm saying? But we're just gonna go in with it anyways and see if it like makes my skin better or worse. I definitely added powder to the skin. It's definitely a lot more matte and it feels really dry. Like, as soon as I touch the powder to my face, my skin is like, it felt really tight. It looks the same. It looks okay. It looks the same, just set, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to take the little mini powder here and try to get this out of the cap. I'm trying to get some of the loose powder, this little guy here, onto the brush, but it's really hard when it's this freaking tiny and the brush is this fucking huge. Oh, absolutely not. Okay, I do not like that setting powder, the loose setting powder. Oh no, that just lifted the foundation off of my face. I do not like that. All right, we're gonna go back in with this guy here, and I'm gonna mix the two powder shades, and I'm gonna try to get some coverage back. Definitely not a fan of the loose setting powder, so that can just go right back in there. This is just so fucking drying. Like, ugh, I can see just how much texture it's adding to my face because it's just so freaking drying. Like, this side actually looks better, the powders that I use from the Shade and Light palette, than the loose powder. So loose powder is going to be a no-go. I'm just going to stick to my Shade and Light palette here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of contour here today. So I actually stopped using this palette for a while because I didn't want to promote any Kat Von D products, but I am so happy that it is KVD Vegan Beauty now, because now I can use all the products and none of it is associated with Kat Von D. The contour, the bronzer shade, everything just blends so seamlessly, especially if you use like a fluffy brush like this. This is so soft and fluffy. This is the Japanesque 961. It's like the angled contour brush. You just always get a flawless blend, and I think that's why I just absolutely love this Shade and Light palette. And I just really like the fact that you can customize it now. If you guys get a chance to get this guy or like the mini, I definitely recommend getting the mini because I don't feel like you need all these shades. Unless you're a makeup artist and you need this in your kit, then by all means, this is a great way to keep several shades. But I feel like you could just get away with one contour slash bronzer shade and then a light shade. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't mention this in the beginning. If I did, oh well, I'll just repeat myself. I'm actually wearing the KVD Vegan liner, the tattoo liner, because I haven't worn it since I tried it, and it's just because I haven't been wearing eyeliner since I tried this one. And so I'm just gonna give it another go today and see like how well we do, if it does transfer, if it doesn't transfer. I already did a video on this reviewing the tattoo liner, which I'll leave up here in the eye if you guys want to check that out. But we're just gonna, you know, I have to keep trying these eyeliners to see if I really like them or not, or if they really are transfer proof, not transfer proof, all that good stuff. Let's get into some blush from KVD. Now, I got the Everlasting blush, and this is in the shade Foxglove. I love this because it is a dusty mauve rose. This retails for $26. I don't know if I think that's too expensive. I mean, of course it's a little bit more on the pricier side because drugstore blush, of course, is a lot cheaper, but I just feel like KVD has got it with their packaging. Like, look at this. It's absolutely fucking gorgeous. And look at the shade. It is so gorgeous. I feel like it kind of matches my eyeshadow, which I was not trying, by the way. But I am really, oh my God. That feels like fucking silk. That straight up just felt like I put my hand. It is so freaking soft. It feels like velvet or silk or both. I don't know. It is just so fucking pretty. Look at that shade. I am just ready to put this blush on. All right, so one little, ooh, we are pigmented. This is also very powdery, but it's also very pigmented. Lightly sweet, lightly sweet. That's really pigmented. Okay, okay. It's okay. We still gotta blend it out. I'm gonna put some on this side here because I feel like, wow, I barely just did, and it is all over. Okay, that's a little intense. We're gonna have to calm this down. That blush is hella pigmented. Like, holy crap. I was not expecting that. I mean, once I touched it and I felt how soft it was, I did kind of expect it to be pigmented. But holy moly, like, this is pigmented. That is a beautiful blush though. Look at that color. I don't really feel like the blush really disturbed anything on my face. It applied beautifully, it blended beautifully. It's not patchy at all. And I think that we have to hand it to the formula because it's so freaking soft, but it's not too soft, again, to where it's like a cream and you're blending it out and it just gets patchy. It just blends so beautifully, and I really love the way this blush is like making my skin underneath look. It looks a little bit more smoother than when I applied the powder, because remember I applied the loose setting powder on this side and it just kind of ruined this side of my face. But with that blush, it kind of like flattened things out a little bit and took the texture away. I don't know, again, maybe because it's a little bit more of a creamier powder that it like help blurred. Now that I have the majority of my face done, I'm going to add some lower lash mascara because I feel really weird and naked with nothing under there, and then I'll be right back. We're looking a little bit more open-eyed, a little better because I have some lower lash mascara. Now I'm gonna go ahead and call the check-in time because we are here to do a complexion review, but of course I really wanted to review the foundation most of all, if anything. So the time is now 1:18, but for the foundation check-in time, I'm gonna call the time 12:30 because that's around the time when I finished my actual foundation like application. So the whole face is done. The check-in time is going to be 12:30, and yeah, I'm gonna go run my bajillion quadrillion errands that I got. So I'm gonna go and do all my shit, and I will see you guys in my first check-in. All right, so the time is now 3:30. So I've been wearing this foundation for about 3 hours now. And I just asked my husband what he thought, and he said it looks really thick. And I do agree because I'm getting a lot of like texture and creasing and kind of separating around my nose a little bit. I did have sunglasses on, so it rubbed this part and a little bit around my nose. My mascara is transferring to the bottom part of my eyes. The eyeliner looks pretty good so far. I'm getting a little bit of transfer up there, and I'm also getting huge creasing right here on my frown lines, and it looks really cakey, really dry. It also looks extremely dry up here on my forehead and especially on the chin. Look at all that texture. So I don't know how I feel about this. I haven't worn a mask with this foundation yet, and I just don't see myself wearing a mask without it rubbing off, just because the sunglasses rub this part off. As of right now, it just looks really cakey, really kind of grody and dry. Hopefully it gets better with the day, but I kind of doubt it. I'm at the vet now actually with Lilu, and once we get her done, I have a lot more other errands to go run. We're going to be getting our flu shots today, yay. So I'll see you guys in the final check-in. So the time is now 6:57, basically 7 o'clock. So I have been wearing this for 6.5 hours. I cannot wait to take this off. I am feeling so dry, like right here on my cheek area. It just looks a hot mess. It's rubbed off on places. I'm really excited about the eyeliner though, because today I'm trying it again for my second time, and it has not transferred. I have a little bit of mascara up there, but that's kind of normal for me, especially whenever my mascara or my lashes are curled really tight, which I kind of did today with my eyelash curler. I don't know what happened last time. I think maybe because of the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which is what I usually use on my eyes, and I think that's what made it transfer, because the ColourPop concealer is just not working for me anymore. And today I used the Makeup Revolution Eye Chrome, and it's very, very matte. So I feel like because the eye chrome was mattifying, that's why the eyeliner didn't transfer, because my lids don't feel as oily and sticky as they normally do around the 6.5 hour, 7 hour mark. Now let me scoot in closer so you guys can actually see like what's going on. It's very, very porous around my cheek area. I have a lot of creasing on my forehead. I have lines up here. It's very, very dry in this area here by my mouth, but that's a little normal because this area is always dry. I don't know how else to hydrate it more than I possibly do, but it's just a battle that I'm, you know, dealing with right now. Oh, look at that. Face Terrorist is ready to be extracted. God, that's so nasty. You can see it's rubbed off and it's so dry and tight. I just really don't like the feeling around this area. Now, this area here is also very patchy. It's breaking down. It's very, very dry, and honestly, I can't stand it. I have creasing right there. There's nothing on like the top part of my nose right here. I feel like the sides of my nose though look really good for 6.5 hours of wear, because normally around my nose it gets really cakey, really dry by this time. So that's one good thing about this foundation. Now that I'm looking, I can see my mascara down here as well, but I still don't really know how I feel about this foundation. I'm going to try it next time with a wet sponge, because I feel like if my sponge was wet, maybe I'd have like better hydration or something. I don't know, but today I did put it on with the foundation brush. I really did like this brush for the coverage because it did give me more coverage, and I really like how this can get into the nook and crannies, but I'm just really not sure how I feel about this foundation because it's just broken down so much around my mouth and there's a lot of creasing going on. I'm thinking maybe if I use like my Cover FX powder, which is great for dry skin, that my dryness down here won't be as prominent, because this is not only dryness, but it's also breaking down. So it's dryness slash separating, and that's why it always looks so weird and textured around my mouth area here. I think this part on my nose is because of the mask. I always bend my mask down because a lot of the time I wear glasses, so it's just kind of a habit now, and that way my glasses don't fog up. And so every time I pinch the little nose bar on the mask, I feel like it's just rubbing my makeup off my nose. So that's kind of something you can't really help. Now I'm definitely gonna have to try this foundation more, just like I do with all my other foundations. Maybe I'll have to use like an oil primer, like my baking oil from Makeup Revolution, to kind of take care of this area. Other than like the dryness and the dry feeling on my face, I feel like this could potentially be a good foundation if I found the right products with it. I really loved the brow product, like the Signature Brow Pencil. This thing is so thin. I just really hate how much you have to work with it in order to get it really pigmented, and that's kind of where the powder came in. But I really like the way my brows look. They haven't budged at all. The blush is still very much on. The contour is still very much on. So all in all, foundation, once again, gonna have to try it. Eyeliner, totally love it. Blush, love it. Contour palette, love it. And the powder, the little Lock-It setting powder, absolutely not. This thing is so freaking drying. I don't think I'll ever touch this again because it was just so much like dryness added to my face, and it picked up the foundation. So this is just gonna be a no-go for me. All right, you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoy making it for you. If you did, please hit a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you know when I upload my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.